What's up, everyone? I just want to make a video why I believe that we should all get a second opinion when we're going through a surgery. I believe that we put too much trust in doctors when we should really find our trust in doctors, right? We believe that just because someone is a doctor, they know what's right for us. And I believe that not to be true, although, of course, they are highly, more educated than us, especially in the field that they're doing. But you got to realize that these are people too, and sometimes people don't continue on with research and things like that. And it's just overall, you got to have trust in the person that's gonna treat you for surgery. And I'm saying this because I had to have a very serious surgery myself. I had an arterial venous malformation, which is a malformation of like blood vessels inside your head. So we have blood vessels going throughout our whole body, but arterial venous malformation is malformed blood vessels inside normally your head, but it could happen anywhere too. And in my case, mine was basically in the center of my brain. So if you think about that, that's a very complicated surgery to complete. So there's three main surgeries for arterial venous malformation, and those are a craniotomy, where you cut your head open and then you cut the blood vessels out of the area. The other one is an embolism, and that's basically where a catheter goes up your artery to your blood vessels, so inside that area in your head, and they inject like a glue-like substance, which basically blocks the blood vessel, so it stops blood from flowing to the area. Much like a stent, if it like an aneurysm, a stent is kind of like helping the aneurysm from not growing and rupturing. And then the third option is to have gamma knife radiation or any other type of radiation. But one of the pioneers for this is gamma knife radiation, and that's the surgery that I had. When I found out I had my AVM, I found out that it was pretty big. It was 3.5 centimeters, and it was inside the middle of my brain on the right side. So it would control, if I ever had a hemorrhage, it would control the left side of my body, leading to paralysis. So of course, when I found this out, I had to make a really big decision, right? You're going to do surgery on your brain, and you only got one shot at this. So you should pick the right doctor. I was fortunate enough to find it out by accident. Most of the time people find out when they have a brain hemorrhage. So in that case, you really just got to go with what happens. You might wake up and your surgery is already over because your family or something had to make the decision for you. But just in general, with any kind of doctor thing, you should seek second opinions. The first doctor that I seen for this was not the doctor that treated my AVM. I've seen it was like around 7 neurosurgeons, and then also got opinions from neurosurgeons outside of my city. I live in Chicago, so I went to all the main hospitals in Chicago and got opinion. And some of them said not to treat it. Some of them said different things. I remember going in a rush, and that neurosurgeon said your AVM is too complicated, that you should go to Northwestern. This is a professional, this is one of the top doctors in the city, in the country too. He told me that he couldn't treat my AVM, and he referred me to go to another hospital because they have the gamma knife machine. They have the machine that you're able to get gamma knife surgery with, because he believed that that was the best option for me. And just knowing that, that says a lot about a person, because when you're a doctor, you're gonna want to complete different things and show that you're one of the best doctors. So he could have looked at me and said, hey, maybe I could treat this guy and maybe it could look good for myself. But no, he knew that it was going to be way too hard, and he knew that going somewhere else would be the better option. And you don't see that a lot with people in general, not just doctors, people in general. And that's why I really respect him, and I'm glad that I took his advice and I went to Northwestern, and that's actually where I did my surgery. But when I went to Northwestern, this doctor that I seen was so welcoming, and I knew right from the start that I was going to get my surgery from him. I just felt so comfortable. But I even told him, hey, I'm going to seek out other opinions because I just want to make sure this is the right thing for me to do. And he was okay with that. And I did that, and ultimately other opinions led to them reaching back and saying that I should do radiation at Northwestern. One of the top neurosurgeons in the country, his name is Dr. Lawton. He was in San Francisco at the time. He gave me an opinion for free just by me sending his scans, because an AVM is so rare, it's not treated often. I sent him my scans, and he ended up calling my mom and telling me that I should do gamma knife radiation at Northwestern, and then that'll make it smaller for them to go, for him to operate and resect it out. And I took all these opinions from all these doctors and made the best decision for myself, what I thought was right, and went to Northwestern, especially with that gut feeling when I seen that first neurosurgeon at Northwestern and felt so comfortable with him. And yeah, I just wanted to put this out there because I believe we put too much trust in the first option that we have when we could weigh them out. And it's something as easy as just getting a referral from your primary care doctor to see somebody else. If you have PPO, it's easier for you just to go anywhere else, right? PPO insurance, you get that first referral, and you could see other people, other doctors in that specialty. But with other forms of insurance, you might have to get a referral from your doctor, from your primary care doctor, to see somebody else. And I think it is very much worth it with any type of surgery that you do, whether it's, a broken hip or anything like that. Like, if you just go straight to the first person, sometimes you will have to live with the consequences if something goes wrong for the rest of your life, regardless. Like, of course, even myself, when I did the surgery, I had to sign papers that if anything went wrong, that I can't sue. And we do that all the time. We read all these documents and we just sign it, and we put our trust into somebody with our life. And I feel like you should always trust what your heart tells you, and you should always, seek out other options and get what other people think, especially people that are experienced in the topic. And I'm glad that I did that, and I believe everybody should do that if they had the chance. And all it takes is just a little bit more time to go do this, but that little bit more time of me taking to get other opinions from other people probably saved my life. And I am always grateful for that, and I feel like I wanted to really just share this experience and share what I think is right for everybody to do. And in case if anybody was wondering if they should get a second opinion or not, I think you definitely should, especially if it's in your gut feeling that you should get a second opinion. Always do it, even if you went to the person who first gave you an opinion. You never know, but always trust your gut. Always get a second opinion, and that's all that I got for you guys right now. Peace.